Hey there! I'm having trouble getting situated here. Hold on, bear with me. There we go. I got myself squared up here. Not getting the right spot there. Oh well, I'm having issues. What the hell? We'll just leave it right there. Screw it. Anyways, I digress. Hey, I'm Tom the Beer Whisperer. You're drinking with the Beer Whisperer. I have got a Chestnut Zwickel. Excuse me. Let me get her popped. I've actually done these, a couple of these. But why am I doing it again? Well, because I'm not necessarily talking about the beer. When I want to, whoa, my pour got a little funkity right there. I don't know why. Shit happens. I want to talk about end of summer styles. I was going through my fridge and I saw I had a couple of these left. I thought, well, let me drink this and talk about end of summer. I'm probably past date on this baby, although I'm not finding a date on it. I probably bought it back in May. Possibly June. This, wow, without a doubt, though, was my absolute favorite spring-summer beer. New spring-summer beer. Beer that I had not had before. It is fantastic. Bavarian style lager. It's an interesting style. It's unpasteurized, unfiltered. It's meant to be a little cloudy, so don't let that scare you. It isn't a wheat though, so I mean it's not a wheat brew. Zwickel style lager is part of our Reverence series, our celebration of beer's heritage, brewing classically crafted, timeless European beers. Prost. That's what they say. My internet's down, so the exact particulars, I believe it's 5/1/25, but I'll correct it later if that's not quite right. I love this thing for a lot of reasons. It's very light, very refreshing. It's certainly a beer you could session easily, but it just has wicked good flavor, great taste, and it is incredibly refreshing. I also like the bottles. I'm easily amused. What can I say? These 1.7 ounce bottles is kind of, like a European kind of look to it. Yeah, because I like to be able to pour a pint at home. My cat's behind me messing with me there. She was in my chair and I kicked her out, so now she's mad. So let me get her in the glass here. Actually, it took me almost 3 minutes to get that bad boy poured. Take a look, though. Very pretty color, right? Again, it's designed to be cloudy. It's supposed to be that way. That is the nature of the style. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not a flaw. As some less educated might want you to believe, it is the way the style is supposed to be. Nope, still good. Yeah, who knows? There's not a date on here. It could be past date. Who the hell knows? Who the hell cares? It still tastes good. That's all that matters, right? Yeah, I was going through it. I was, wow, that's tasty. The kind of the remnants, what I've got left in my beer fridge back here. Got a couple of these left. Yeah, I've got a couple, gingerbees from Crabtree, so I'm probably going to do that next. Kind of my end of the summer, since we're into October, we're officially into fall, and I've already been doing Oktoberfest brews, and this weekend I just started doing winter beers videos for winter beers for the first time. So I just kind of clean out. I've also done, I haven't been able to upload them all yet, but I've also done videos for beers that I had tucked back in the corner of my beer fridge that were a decent amount past their date, so I thought we'd try them. And some of them were better, or some were just as good, and some not. It's kind of that hit and miss. I do have one more of those I will probably do. I have I have a Summit Saga IPA. I'm not sure if it's past due date yet. I didn't check the bottle actually, but I was thinking about that back in July, August, September, October. So I'm probably right there. If I'm not past date, I'm probably right close at it. So I may just do that one next to get it out of there. Urban Chestnut. Oh, that's tasty. It's a very fine brewery out of St. Louis, Mo, that I discovered this year. Um, they haven't been around for very long. They are excellent, though. They do. I read that bottle says Reverence series. They do two series. The Reverence, which does what I just read to you, and then they have the Revolution. They have another beer from that that's in a bottle called the Wingnut, which is kind of their, the new craft spin on the old world style and the new. That's what I like about the brewery. Oh, that's good. The only other beer I've had from them I've had their Up Pilsner, which was holy crap good. I don't remember the exact numbers on it. I do remember it was 35 IBUs. I don't remember if it was 5.3 or 5.7. So, but I'm not where I could check it now because my internet's down. And I tell you what, that was the best, probably the best Pilsner I've ever had in my life. It is phenomenal. It is the best American craft Pilsner, bar none. It is just beautiful, man. It's just beautiful, man. Here's your dryer. Oh, yeah, it's good. I love these little breweries. St. Louis has got several that I've been able to try a few things from. Four Hands, I discovered back in the first part of March, I believe, when I walked to one little restaurant to order some food and stopped and had a beer. And I saw this beer called Four Hands Centennial Reprise Red. And I hadn't seen it before, so I asked where that was from. They said from St. Louis. And they'd only been open since November, I believe. So, I mean, at that time, they were pretty much brand new. And it is that hoppy American red style, and it is just gorgeous. Oh, man, everything about that beer is just wonderful. Urban Chestnut I already told you about. There's another interesting brewery, kind of it's like a little neighborhood craft brewery called Civil Life, and they're interesting because their niche, well, at this point anyway, is pretty much a session brews. Everything runs about 4.5 to 5.5, or between 4 and 5.5. I tried 4.5% rye pale ale, not a rye IPA. Most, they're doing rye, put them in an IPA, very big and hoppy. This is a lighter 4.5% rye pale, and it was incredibly tasty. Oh, wow. I actually got a growler of it. It was just awesome. It is great that these craft breweries are popping up everywhere. It really is. Because it does give you some options. In some cases, I get disappointed because a lot of them are very expensive. Because it does cost some money. There is a lot of overhead in a business like that. I think some of them are just overpriced just to be overpriced, though. It's kind of that, well, if I raise the price, they'll think we're better kind of thing. And that's not always the case. I'd like to see someone come out with a good craft, affordable line for guys like me that are on a tight budget. I mean, not every craft beer geek is independently wealthy that can afford to travel all around. Some folks are like me. We're just working for a living, but enjoy good beer. And I wish there was a brewery that accentuated that. These weren't crazy expensive. They generally run $8.99 a 4-pack of these 16.7 ounce bottles in most places. I remember buying this one for $7.99. though it was on sale. Well, because that's how I buy everything. I didn't buy it The other day I noticed somebody had them on sale for $7.99 as well, but I didn't buy it. I ended up getting the other thing. But yeah, it's about paying attention and getting a bargain. Of course, $8.99 isn't crazy expensive for a beer like this. $7.99 is better. Whew. I recently was at a place called Nick's Pub in St. Louis, and we had some time, and I went there because well, it was a Tuesday, and they do $2 craft pints all day, so you can drink this really good beer for either two. Some of them are three. Some they call super premiums or three. Still a pretty good price. And I had a couple different things, but one of them I had was a Rogue Yellow Snow IPA. It's a good IPA. It really is, and I enjoyed it. I had it on tap, and it was one of those they called super premium. It was $3. Still pretty good. I didn't complain about that. I don't buy Rogue a lot because they're very expensive. Rogue, I don't know about your neighborhood, but I hear Rogue Yellow Snow, a 6-pack, goes for $14. Whether it's worth it or not is really up to you to decide. But for me, I can buy others that I like, well, as well, if not better. I mean, I'm not going to nitpick this flavor, that flavor with you. But for a lot less money. A good, for instance, is one of my go-to IPAs out here, because I'm a firm believer in drinking local, is Mother's, and their Mother's Little Helper IPA has similar numbers at 770. I believe the Yellow Snow is 765, but close enough. But at full price out here, it runs anywhere between $8.49 and $8.99 most places. And I can usually find it on sale. It's on a sale this week, for instance, at a couple places for $6.97. So once you think about that, if you have the taste preference for Yellow Snow over Mother's, because I'm not going to get into which one's better because we're talking about two craft beers. I mean, they're both using top notch. So you really can't say this one's better. You can say I prefer, or I like this style, but you can't say which is better because they're both crap. But anyway, the bottom line is for $14, I can buy 2 6-packs as opposed to one. Well, what am I going to do? Of course, if I have $14 to spend, I'm going to buy the 2 6-packs of Mother's and not 1 6-pack of Yellow Snow, no matter how good I feel about it. But having gone through all that with you, I did enjoy the pint that I had for $3. I enjoyed the living heck out of it, actually, for $3. But that's kind of the thing that that kind of bugs me about a lot of crafts. Some of them are a lot higher than they ought to be. Bill's Two Hearted runs about $11 in this neighborhood. Again, I mean, if I can normally buy Mother's, it's not on sale. It's $9, or I pay $11 for the Two Hearted. Well, I'm going to save the $2. I just am. Well, the truth be told, I wouldn't buy either. I'd buy something else that was marked down, because that's what I do. I buy whatever's on sale that week. A lot of craft beer lovers want to pretend that money's no object. Oh yeah, I don't care if it's $50 a bottle, I'll buy it anyway. Truth be told, I'd love to be able to do that, but I'm kind of that working class beer guy. So, wow, has this beer lost a step after being in my fridge about 3 months? No, it's still damn fun. Does everything it's supposed to do. It's light, but it's very flavorful. And if you're ever in St. Louis, I suggest that you visit Urban Chestnut and try the Zwickel and their other flavors. I also suggest that you go to Civil Life and Four Hands and one of many other breweries out there. Ferguson Brew Pub out there that's decent. There's just a lot of great. Augusta's close. There's just a whole bunch of options. Oh, Six Row, I forgot. Six Row makes some mighty fine brews as well. Probably forget some second shifts out there, too. There's just a bunch. Oh, I did forget. I also had the Urban Chestnut Schnickelverts. It's their wheat beer. I had that one day just before we went to a baseball game. You paid to park. It was $15 to park, but they gave you a ticket for a free beer. So I went to at this sports bar right next to the stadium called Patios. So I went over and had the Schnickel Fritz since I hadn't seen it before. So hey, Urban Chestnut Zwickel. It's good for there's a pickle. Cut.